If our product is not successful, we're not getting the amount of sales we wanted, where do we start looking for what went wrong? How do we approach fixing it, coming up with a new product idea without having to potentially spend a whole nother 6 months repeating this entire process? That is a super, super loaded question, but it's a good question, right? When you start this whole process, there's a lot of risk involved. Like I said, my whole goal is to help you minimize that risk as much as possible, which is why we try to pay very much attention to details. You'll see in the worksheets coming out, I've got, by the way, week 6 is about to get uploaded today if you're moving really quickly. Why we look very, very carefully at all the numbers, especially once you get into phase 2, phase 3, we're going to really, really hone in on numbers very specifically, because here's the thing, as far as if a product is not successful and you're not getting the amount of sales you want, you guys are all going to make great products. Like, I really have no doubt about that. You're all going to come up with great brands. You're all going to come up with great product ideas, and you're all going to develop great products. So the question becomes at that point, with it's not successful. Successful, we're saying, is it's not selling as much as we want, or maybe it's not selling at all. Like no sales, zero sales. Even if you're getting one sale a day, your product is successful. Because if you have a profit margin, you're making money. Yeah, you're not making $100,000 a month, but selling one a day is a success. Every day you're making $8 on autopilot. You literally have to do nothing to make $8 every day. So that's successful in my opinion. The only way you'd be unsuccessful is selling zero, a big fat zero. Now here's the thing. It's going to come down to your numbers. That's why we're putting such a big focus on, first of all, developing a great product. We're going to do that. We're going to find a manufacturer who can do it. But if our numbers don't make sense, if our numbers aren't where we want them to be, there is a risk of not being as successful as you'd like. I'm pretty confident that if you make a good product, you're going to sell it. How much money you will make from selling it is that's the factor here, right? Because let me give you just an example. Let's say you make headphones. That's your product idea. I'm going to make headphones. You come up with an amazing product idea for headphones. They're great. They work great and everything, but you try to sell them for $100. Okay. But it cost you $50 to make these bad boys. And with fees and everything, your profit is like $10 off every sale of $100 headphones. Well, when you launch your brand and you stick your headphones out there, we'll talk, don't worry. For those of you who are new and those of you who might be a little bit further, you'll learn about launch strategy, reviews, doing all that stuff. But let's say you stick your product out there and you're not getting any sales, zero sales. It's you might get nervous, like, like, is this product going to fail? I'm not getting any sales. The way you're going to boost your sales instantly from day one is pay-per-click. Amazon PPC, we'll say it over and over, PPC, pay-per-click, is Amazon's native sponsored ad. I'm going to open up right here. Hopefully you guys can see my screen okay right here. Sponsored ads. This right here, you'll see the little sponsored with an eye icon. You'll see the little sponsored. These are sponsored ads. This is how you can get sales with zero reviews, with one review. No organic sales. You can instantly start making sales for your product using Amazon pay-per-click. So again, kind of going back to that question of, am I going to be successful? Am I going to be successful with my product? What if it flops? What if I'm getting no sales? You can get sales with any product. Like I'm very confident. If you run pay-per-click, you have a good product, which you're going to have. You're going to make sure you make a good product. You're going to get sales. Now, the key here is, can I get sales profitably? So for my $100 headphones that I only make $10 from after cost of making it, Amazon fees and everything, I only have $10 left to play with. If it costs me $20 to get one sale through Amazon pay-per-click, I'm losing $10 every time I sell my headphones. That, in my opinion, is kind of failure, right? If you're always losing $10 and getting zero organic sales. But here's the thing again, if you make a good product, let's say you start selling your headphones, obviously you're not going to have a a 10% profit margin. We're not going to do that. I'm not going to let you do that. But you start making some Amazon pay-per-click sales, you're losing $10 on every sale, but you're getting sales. Like, it's out there. It's getting out there in the world. People are finding out about it. You're going to start to get organic sales. Now, those organic sales are 100% pure profit. Like, you're not spending any money on ads for those. So whatever your profit margin is, if your profit margin is 50%, you're making 50% off every organic sale. So then it just becomes the game of how long can you afford to bleed money on pay-per-click before you start kind of seeing those organic sales pick up. But if you have a good profit margin, coming back to the whole philosophy of it's all going to come down to the numbers. If you have a good profit margin from day one, 40%, 50%, and you can afford, like, let's say you make $50 off every sale of your headphones, you can spend $49 to get one sale through pay-per-click and you made $1. You're successful. You're making money off every sale. And so at that point, you're in real business. At that point, you could spend as much money as you possibly can every single day because you're making a profit. Now, obviously, we'll optimize that over time and it's only going to get better, but hopefully to kind of answer the concern to that question of what if I fail, what I don't want to start over, just focus on making a really good product, developing a good product idea, make sure the numbers are there, which we'll do. Here's the thing. I'm not going to let you go through this process with a product that has a 10% margin. I won't. I'll straight up tell you when we get to pricing, when we get to FBA calculator, which is week 8, when we get to your offer and all that, week 11, I see your numbers and you send them to me and it says profit margin 12%. I'll say, no, we're not doing that. We got to fix something. We got to find a better product, different product. And the goal is, the way we move through this process is we already have an idea of what we're looking for before we get too deep into this. So we're not going to get 6 months down the road and then I'm going to say, yo, your profit margin's way too low. Let's start over. We'll make sure in these early phases of developing the product idea, looking at initial pricing, manufacturer costs, market positioning, we'll make sure we're on the right path. Otherwise, we'll quickly correct course before we get too far down the road.